Imagine a world where there is absolutely no danger, no disease, and no predators. Food and water are endless. Everyone eats, drinks, and rests as much as they want. It sounds like a utopia, a perfect paradise, doesn't it? But this paradise might actually be the shortest path to the extinction of a species. Today, we are going to talk about the famous Universe 25 experiment, conducted in 1968 by behavioral researcher John B. Calhoun, which left a permanent mark on world history. Calhoun built a paradise for mice, but this paradise soon turned into a graveyard. The most terrifying part is that the results of this experiment hold up a mirror to the trajectory of modern human society. If you're ready, let's dive into the secrets of Universe 25 together. John Calhoun was an ethologist studying the effects of population density on behavior, having started his work back in 1947. There is an interesting reason behind the name Universe 25. This was the 25th mouse world he had constructed. In other words, he consolidated all the experience gained from his previous 24 trials into this final world. The layout of this universe was as follows: a 2.7-meter enclosed enclosure, 250 housing units, and an endless source of food and water accessible through 16 tunnels. This space could comfortably accommodate up to 56,000 mice. Everything was sterile, free of disease, and the temperature was kept constant at an ideal 20 degrees Celsius. The experiment began with just 8 healthy mice, 4 females and 4 males. Their only job was to live and reproduce. Phase A, the striving period, first 104 days. Calhoun called this first stage the striving period. The mice got acquainted with their new environment, built their nests, and settled in. There were no hardships, and no need to worry about foraging for food. Phase B, exploitation and rapid growth, days 104 to 315. During this period, the population began doubling every 55 to 60 days. By day 315, the population skyrocketed to 620. Right here, a strange phenomenon occurred. Instead of spreading out evenly across the entire space, the mice began crowding together in specific areas. They ate in the same spot and slept in the same spot. This overcrowding was the first signal of social breakdown. Phase C, behavioral sink and social imbalance. As the population grew, the society began to fracture. Young mice could no longer find a place for themselves because the older generations refused to give up their territory. Social bonds weakened. The alpha males, the leaders who lost control, became hyper-aggressive, attacking others and exhibiting senseless violence for no reason at all. The outcast males, known as the omegas, who fell to the absolute bottom of the social hierarchy, withdrew completely. They lived in isolation, never interacting with others, doing nothing but eating and sleeping. Defending the nests was left entirely to the females. This immense stress made them so aggressive that they would sometimes attack their own pups, abandoning them right after birth. In some sectors, infant mortality exceeded 90%. Phase D, the beautiful ones, and the death of the spirit. By day 560, the population peaked at 2,200 and growth completely stalled. This marked the beginning of the death phase. The new generation of mice had no conception of a normal family structure, struggle, or social roles. Calhoun dubbed these mice the beautiful ones. They never fought, and they never mated. They spent their entire day simply eating food, drinking water, and grooming their fur. Outwardly, they were clean and beautiful, but inwardly, they were dead. Calhoun explained this phenomenon as a 2-stage death. The first death was the death of the spirit. Because these mice no longer had a purpose or a reason to survive, they were spiritually destroyed long before they died physically. The second death was the physical one. On day 920 of the experiment, the final pregnancy was recorded. After that, reproduction ceased entirely. Endless food and water were still available everywhere, but the mice were now breathing like automated machines. Calhoun even took a few of the beautiful ones and placed them with normal mice, hoping their old instincts might return. But it was no use. Their spirits were gone beyond recovery. They showed no reaction in the new environment and died aimlessly. On May 23, 1973, the last resident of Universe 25 died of old age, and the Utopia collapsed completely. According to Calhoun, when you remove tension, stress, struggle, and the effort to survive from a living being's life, the very meaning of its existence vanishes. If there is no purpose, life reduces to a mere biological function. Perhaps we are living out a piece of this experiment today. Doesn't the sense of aimlessness amidst abundance, social isolation, and feeling spiritually exhausted in the modern world sound familiar to you? Yet Calhoun believed that unlike mice, humans possess the creativity and knowledge to alter this course. Maybe we are the ones decaying, or perhaps we are just witnessing the decay. But throughout history, humanity has always found a way. We either change the system or adapt to it. The most important thing is never to lose our purpose and that spirit of struggle. What do you think about this experiment? Which day of Universe 25 are we living in right now?